Mama, please, is Papa there? Is he close to you? She said softly. Yes, Tola. This one I are sounding this way. Hope everything is okay, her mother asked. Mama, I've lost my job, she said. There was silence on the other end. A long, heavy silence. Then her mother spoke first. You say waiting. What do you mean? Lost your job? Did you get fired? No, Tola lied. They laid me off. The company is downsizing. Once upon a time, in the heart of Surulere, where the smell of akara filled the morning air and the sound of generator hums like lullabies at night, there lived a young girl named Tola. From the time she was 7 years old, Tola was different. From a very young age, Tola knew what suffering meant. Her childhood was full of hunger, tears, and hard work. Her father had no steady job. Her mother was always angry, and as for her siblings, they were too young to understand the pain. But somehow, they blamed Tola for everything. By the time she was just 10 years old, Tola had started selling things on the streets. Pure water, groundnuts, orange, anything she could carry. Sometimes, she hawked from morning till night under the hot sun just to bring home a little money. That money, her mother would collect it. Not even 10 naira was left for Tola to buy a snacks. She hawked pure water, sold puff-puff, and later roasted corn by the roadside. Every naira she made was for the house. Not once did anyone ask, Tola, are you okay? Or do you need something for yourself? They just collected the money. No thanks, no love, just demands. But Tola didn't complain. She kept working. She kept believing. While other children played outside chasing each other, she sat under the mango tree behind her house, taking apart broken radios and old phones that people had thrown away. She didn't know what she was doing at first, just turning screw, pulling wires, watching sparks fly, but she loved it. It made her feel alive. As she grew older, she saved money little by little. She taught herself how to use a computer in a nearby business center. She even paid for small online courses when she could. While other girls were chasing boyfriends or waiting for handouts and other hangouts and parties, Tola was building her mind silently. Her parents, though proud, were not wealthy. Her father used to be a mechanic before his hand gave up on him, and her mother sold small goods at the market. They worked hard, but life was harder. So when Tola's older brother dropped out of school and left home, and her younger sister started missing classes because of unpaid fees, the weight of the family fell squarely on Tola's shoulder. By 16, she was already building websites for local businesses, and by 18, she won a scholarship to study computer science, and by 24, she landed a job at one of Nigeria's top tech company, working from home most days, traveling to Accra and Nairobi for conferences, and earning more than any of her neighbors could dream of. She never forgot her roots. Every month, without failure, she sent money home, paid her siblings' school fees, bought food for her parents, and even fixed their roof when it leaks during the rainy season. Her mother would boast at church, "When I not see my daughter is the best God gave to me. She's very rich and work like in a very big company. Can't you see that I am wearing the latest designer?" And her father would tell everyone at the local barbing store, "That girl, she's my queen, oh. She gives me money every time." They praised her endlessly, and Tola loved them for it. Also, she thought, But the worst was about to happen. One day, after a long meeting at work, while sitting alone in her apartment filled with gadgets and dreams, Tola began to wonder, what if my family only loves me because I give them things? What if they don't even care about me? Just what can I do for them? This one, everybody is so happy whenever I give them money. Would they love me when I am poor? It hurt her to think like that, but the question wouldn't leave her mind. So she decided to test them. Tola called her parents one evening. Her heart and her voice was soft, like a whisper caught in the wind. Mama, please, where is Papa? Is he close to you? She said softly. Yes, Tola. This one you are sounding this way. Hope everything is okay, her mother asked. I have lost my job, she said. There was silence on the other end, a long, heavy silence. Then her mother spoke first. What did you mean? Lost your job? Did you get fired? No, Tola lied. They laid me off. The company is downsizing. Hope we are still going to provide for us, because I don't understand this thing you are saying. You better go and beg them to accept you back, her mother said with a harsh tone. Her father collected the phone, cleared his throat. Tola, and what about your savings? Since they have sacked you now, you always have money saved, right? Because I cannot fail to attend the men's meeting which is coming up. I have bragged to my friends that my daughter is going to buy the uniform. I don't even understand what you are talking about. You heard your mother, right? Go and beg your boss to employ you back, because I need that money. Baba, I used most of it already, she said, keeping her voice low and sad. I'm trying to find another job, but it's not easy. You know how the economy is and there is no job. More silence. Then came the sigh. The one people make when they are tired of carrying something heavy. That night, everything changed. She cried to bed and was so ashamed of herself. So that is all they could think about. They don't even care if I am going to survive this. This is the same people I spent money on. Anyway, let me see how this will go. Maybe they were just overwhelmed with the whole situation. That is why they responded that way, Tola said to herself calmly. A week later, Tola visited home for the first time since losing her job. She brought with her only a small bag, some clothes, her laptop, and a notebook where she secretly wrote down every word spoken to her and also their behavior towards her. Her family that do praise her because became a wolf in sheep clothing. She found her sisters no longer greeted her with hug or call her the sweet names they used to call her. Simi, her younger sister, even asked, so now who will pay our school fees? And my exam is around the corner. If you knew that you will not be able to pay my fees, then you wouldn't have given me hope and make me start this school self. Now my mates are going to laugh at me. I won't live up to the standard I used to live. Her brothers barely looked at her. They were more interested in watching football on the TV that she bought. That evening, they cooked jollof rice. She sat at the table to eat. Her mother looked at her and said, did you buy this food? Better go and find what you eat. You think say na free food will they give for this house, or is there a free living for this house? Tora was shocked. She laughed, thinking it was a joke, but it wasn't. The next morning, her mother woke her at 5 a.m. Oya, stand up, Tola. Get up, just get up. Go and fetch water, sweep the compound, wash your brother's uniform, and make yourself useful since you are jobless. Just like that, Tola was turned into a house help in her own family's house. Her siblings mocked her. One neighbor, Mama Ronke, asked her one day, Tola, why didn't they treat you like this now? You know be their sister again? Tola only smiled, but deep inside she was breaking. One day, she overheard her mother telling a visitor, since she no get work again, at least she fit help around the house. All this education no help her. That day, Tola cried like a baby. She remembered the night she walked barefoot, the sickness she hid so she wouldn't miss market days, the gift she bought with her first salary, and this was her reward. Her father too was no better. He would always say, you know they use food like before, he said one night when she asked him for data to apply for jobs. Weeks passed. Tola became skinny. She had no money, no support, and no voice. At dinner, her mother served food, but not to her. You are grown now, her mother said. You should be cooking for yourself. We don't have enough rice for everybody. But I used to feed all of you, Tola said. That was when you had money, her father replied. Now you must learn to take care of yourself. Day by day, it got worse. She was sent to sleep in the storeroom among sacks of rice and old furniture. When she asked if she could use the internet to apply for a job, her father said, why would you need internet? Are you still dreaming of being rich again? Her younger sister took over her phone charger without asking. Her favorite dress was given away to a cousin, and when she tried to talk to her mother about how she felt, she was told, you wanted to be special. Now see what comes with being special. No one will carry you forever. Tola began to cry in secret. She cries behind the house, under the same mango tree where she has once dreamt of building apps that would change the world. She cried into her pillow at night, wondering if she has been wrong to herself to believe her family loved. She cried into her pillow at night, wondering if she has been wronged to believe her family loved her. But deep inside, she also felt anger. She has given everything. She has carried them when life was too heavy. And now, when she needed just a little kindness, a little support, they turned their backs on her. She was turned into a house help in her own house. One afternoon, while washing the plate outside, she overheard her mother again, gossiping with a neighbor. She no get sense like that though. If not for that small laptop work, who she be? Ordinary house girl. I don't tell her if she no bring money again, she go leave my house. That night, Tola sat behind the house and wept for hours. She remembered how she stayed hungry just to send money home. Now she once borrowed money to buy her brother new shoes for school. How she paid their house rent without telling anyone. Now they treat her like she was nothing. Worse still, her father began insulting her too. One bag of rice you buy before no mean say you don't make am for this life. Who you think say you be before? It was the lowest point of her life. No job, no food, no love, just humiliation every single day. One day, she decided to take action. She packed her things quietly in the early morning before anyone else woke up. She left a note on the table. I gave you everything, but I learned love has a price in this house and I can't afford to pay it anymore. Don't look for me. I'm going to build a new life where I am valued for who I am, not what I can give. Goodbye. She walked out barefoot, tears streaming down her face, caught a bus to Lagos Island. There she found a small room to rent and started applying for jobs again, not because she needed it, but because she wanted to prove something to herself. She got hired quickly. Within months, she was back in tech, better than before. This time, she worked for herself. She started a digital training center for young girls in Surulere, teaching them coding, robotics, and how to dream bigger than their circumstances. Word spread. Soon, she was invited to speak at school, then at international conference. She became known as the girl who rose from nothing and built her own empire, not with help from her family, but in spite of them. People praise her again. This time she didn't care because she has learnt the truth. Family doesn't always mean love. Sometimes it means survival. Sometimes it means sacrifice. And sometimes it means walking away so you can finally breathe. Tola's new life wasn't easy, but it was peaceful in a way she has never known before. For the first time, she woke up without carrying the weight of everyone else's problem. She worked hard, longer hours than ever, but now every drop of sweat was for her dream, not someone else's survival. She opened her training center in a small building near the old market in Surulere. The walls were cracked, the fans made a rattling noise, and sometimes the electricity would vanish for days. But inside those walls, something magical happened. Young girls came in, some barefoot, some shy, some unsure if they even belong in a place like this. And by the end of the course, they walked out with their head high, speaking code like poetry and ideas like fire. One girl named Zawadi reminded Tola so much of herself. She was curious, always asking questions no one even dared to ask. One day, Zawadi asked, Miss Tola, did anyone help you get here? Tola paused. She thought about her parents, how they used to praise her, how quickly their love seems to disappear when the money stops. She thought about sleeping in the dusty storeroom, but how hungry she has been, how alone she has been. Then she smiled gently at Zawadi. No, she said, I built this myself. Zawadi looked at her with wide eyes and whispered, wow, I want to be like you one day. That moment stayed with Tola for weeks. But not everything was sunshine and coding classes. One afternoon, while walking home from the center, she got a call from her neighbors back in her childhood neighborhood. Tola, the woman said, her voice shaking, your father is very sick. He collapsed this morning and wouldn't wake up. They took him to the hospital, but he had no money for treatment. Tola froze. The man who has turned his back on her, who has treated her like a burden the moment she couldn't give anymore, was now lying in a hospital bed helpless. Her heart pounded. She didn't know whether to cry or scream. She sat down on a bench nearby, her phone still pressed to her ear. What should I do? The neighbor asked softly. Tola closed her eyes. Memories flashed through her mind. Her mother's cold stare, her siblings' selfishness, the silence that filled the house the night she left. And yet, this was still her father. Still the man who taught her how to fix a car engine before she even knew what a computer was. Still her blood, still her family. I'll handle it, she said. And just like that, the test began again. But this time, it wasn't them she was testing. It was herself. Tola left the hospital that evening with her heart heavier than it has been in the months. She has forgiven her father, but forgiveness didn't erase the pain. It didn't bring back the night she spent hungry, or the days when she felt like nothing more than a walking ATM to the people she once called family. Still, she held onto hope. Maybe, just maybe, this was just the beginning of healing. But life in Surulere had other plans. A few weeks later, Tola returned to her academy early in the morning, ready to teach a new group of girls how to build their first mobile app. But as she approached the gate, she saw something that made her blood run cold. The academy was surrounded by police. Smoke rose from inside the building. Her heart pounded. As she pushed through the crowd, she found out one of her students, Zawadi, a bright 16 years old who has once sold water on the streets, crying into her arms. They came last night, Zawadi whispered. Men in masks. They said you were a fraud, that you stole money from your old company. They broke everything. Tola rushed inside. Desks overturned, computers smashed, her whiteboard covered in wet, fake queen, and gone for good. Her stomach twisted. This wasn't random. This was personal. Someone wanted to destroy everything she has built. She called her lawyers immediately. Within hours, she discovered the truth. It wasn't just vandalism. Someone had filed a lawsuit against her. Niger Tech, the very company that had fired her, was accusing her of stealing property code and leaking it to a rival startup. They were suing her for millions, and worse, they have proof. Also, they claim. Tola stared at the document, her hand shaking. She knew she was innocent, but she also knew how powerful Niger Tech was. Their lawyers were among the best in Lagos. Their influence reached boardroom, courtroom, even the presidential office. How could she fight them? How could she protect her academy? That night, she sat alone in what was left of her office, staring at the broken screen of her laptop. Then her phone rang, an unknown number. She hesitated, then answered. Tola, a voice said on the other end, I know what they are doing to you, and I can help you. Tola froze. Who is this? There was a pause. Then the voice said, You used to call me Uncle Deji. Shock hit her like lightning. Uncle Deji, her father's old friend, a man who has disappeared years ago after being accused of industrial espionage. Everyone thought he had fled the country. I have something that will clear your name, he continued, but you will have to come to me alone, and you must promise not to tell anyone. Tola swallowed hard. She was scared, but she was also angry, and when Tola got angry, she got dangerous. I'll come, she said. Meet me at midnight, the man said, at the old train yard near Mile 2. Then the line went dead. Tola stood at the edge of the old train yard, her heart pounding like a war drum. The moon hung low in the sky, casting shadows over rusted carriage and forgotten tracks. Somewhere deep inside the darkness, Uncle Deji was waiting. She has come alone, not because she trusted him, but because she needed answers. As she stepped forward, a figure emerged from behind one of the broken train. Uncle Deji looked older than she remembered. His hair grey, his face lined with years of hiding, but his eyes were sharp, full of secrets he has carried for too long. I didn't steal that code, he said, before she could speak. And neither did you. Tola narrowed her eyes. Then why are they accusing me? Because they are covering up the truth, he replied. Niger Tech stole our work years ago. My work. Your father helped me build the first version of the software they now claim as their own. Tola's breath caught in her throat. You mean my father knew about this? Uncle Deji nodded. He tried to expose them. That's why he disappeared. That's why your family turned against you when you lost your job. They were afraid. Tola felt the ground shift beneath her feet. All this time, she thought her family had betrayed her for selfish reasons. Now she realized they had been silent. They threatened us, Uncle Deji continued. If we spoke out, they will ruin us, destroy our lives. I ran. I left everything behind, but now I have proof. He handed her a small USB drive wrapped in plastic. "This contains everything," he said. "Emails, contracts, source code, enough to destroy Niger Tech and clear your name." Tola stared at it like it was gold, and in many ways it was. The next week, Lagos buzzed with news. A whistleblower has leaked documents showing how Niger Tech has stolen technology from former employees and used it to build their empire. Public outrage followed. Investigation began. Within days, the CEO resigned. Tola was cleared of all charges. More than that, she became a symbol of justice, resilience, and brilliance. She rebuilt her academy stronger than before, naming it the Tola Initiatives, and make sure every girl who walked through its door knew that knowledge was power and that no one could make it from them unless they allow it. Her parent came to visit, this time not to ask for anything but to apologize. Her mother cried openly. Her father fell to his knees. "I was scared," he admitted. "I didn't know how to protect you, so I pushed you away." Tola hugged him, not because she forgot, but because she chose to heal. Years later, Surulere would tell story about the girl who rose from nothing, built empire with her mind, and changed the future of African tech with her hands. They called her many names: the Silicon Queen, the Digital Oracle, the Orisha of Code. But to those who truly knew her, she was simply Tola, the daughter who learned that sometimes love hides behind fear, that sometimes strength means walking away, and that sometimes the only way to rise is to rebuild yourself from the ashes. The moral of the story is that no matter how much you give, some people will never value you until you stop giving. But don't let their hate stop your destiny. The last story is not just about pain, it's about rising, healing, and remembering that your worth is not tied to people's opinion. Thank you for watching this story. I hope you learned something valuable. Please share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until I bring you another interesting story next time. Bye bye.